Hi everybody, it's me, Beth Maitland at Drama Queen Bee Quilt Studio, and this is my little announcement, I guess, of something new that's going to be coming to the studio and to the internet very soon. I am building a little website with a sales page and information page, and I'm in the process of developing some coursework where I actually will teach classes that will be available on my website. I'm in the process of the second printing of my quilt book, getting that kind of put back together in a second edition because the first edition is completely sold out. So my little quilt book is getting reprinted, and it'll be edition number 2. So that will soon be available to you for resources. And I am in the process of creating a little central location for all of you to be able to follow my quilting adventures. This is the beginning of April, and there is a movement within the makers community that have formerly sold on Etsy and a couple of other marketplace clearinghouses to sort of rein everything back in. The charges that we do not wish to pass along to you, our followers, our fans, and our customers. We don't want it. We're getting upgraded and upgraded and upgraded. Prices are going up and up and up, like everything we're watching, grocery prices and gasoline prices, and the excuse is COVID, shipping prices, shipping times, the supplying chain for manufacture of various items that we use regularly and we need and we want, things being postponed weeks out in the shipping process, being lost in transit places. I'm sure there are all really, really good reasons for this, but as makers, there is sort of a little group that's actually a huge group that have banded together to take things back in hand. As maker sites that you formerly used, like Etsy, have continued to raise prices and raise prices and raise prices that you don't see. They take higher and higher percentages of every sale that we make, so that if I sold you an item for $50, I might only in the end realize $28 of it, and the rest is fees to PayPal, fees to credit card companies, fees for listing, fees for once a sale is made, they get a percentage of your sale. So when it started out, sites like that were sort of a small concern. But as they've become corporate and gone public, the corporate overview and corporate thinking has caused the regular increase in charges that have now, if we were to pass that along to you and for us to get a fair price, as makers, that's always a real complicated issue. What do you charge for your work when the materials are bad enough? The materials may have cost $25 to make the item I'm selling for $50. It may reduce my hourly wage to $5 an hour or less. And, there's a lot of support for, you're working at home, you're using products that you have in general, like thread and things in your sewing machine, but the sewing machine costs thousands of dollars perhaps. And my quilter, 5 figures, so when you're buying, anyway, you get the idea. As a small business, as a personal maker, as a one-of-a-kind manufacturer, it makes it more and more difficult to sell at a fair price something we've made and not have to transfer all of those increases on to our clients and our customers. We don't want you to have to pay something absolutely unreasonable just so that we get a fair wage, if it can be avoided. So that's the thinking. There's a big boycott planned for April on Etsy. A lot of makers you'll find that perhaps you visit or use or frequent are going to boycott. They're either going to close their shops temporarily or they're going to eliminate their items temporarily. But the idea is to send a message: please don't raise our prices yet again and make it impossible for makers to have a fair living. Everyone that is a maker isn't able to have maybe a second job, and that shouldn't be factored in. If you spend your time and your skill and decades of learning and decades of your life making something special that's one of a kind, rare and unique, that someone else wants to purchase and pay you a fair wage for your input and your training and your equipment, all of that stuff, then it shouldn't factor in that you have to work another job to support it, just to support your art. There are other options like Patreon. I'm looking into that, but I don't want to have my followers and fans and friends have to pay to be able to see content unless it's a structured class or a specific project class. I'm thinking about that too. Like a situation like Patreon. It's why I left Cameo. For you Cameo viewers that keep messaging me and saying, hey, I want to send a video to my grandmother for her birthday or whatever, and I want it to be from you. Why is your Cameo account closed? Can you go back to Cameo? The same thing happened there. It started out that it was just this little friendly spot for celebrities to be able to, for fans to be able to find celebrities and then get a personal shout out for a reasonable price. But again, the prices went up and up and up, and pretty soon I was, to do them takes a little energy. You have to kind of put a little makeup on and make a little effort. And to do a Cameo, I was ending up with, hardly any money for me or for my charity. Sometimes I would take the proceeds and donate to a charity, a dog rescue or whatever. It got to the point where the only people making money was the clearinghouse. The bandwidth and all of that is expensive, but if it could be managed at the beginning, it could be managed now, and it's almost on the backs of celebrities, everybody else making more money than we were. And again, that's not my primary job, but to have to pass along those expenses to fans did not seem fair. And so I just removed myself from the marketplace, as I removed myself from Etsy. I took down my store, and for the last year and a half, they have not removed it from their site. So if you look for me there, you find an empty store, and that makes me look bad too. But they would not take it down. And I messaged them and I said, look, I closed the store. I chose delete. I chose remove, and you won't take it down. Will you please remove this? And they said, we're hoping that you will reconsider it sometime in the future. We're leaving your spot. So that it's their property at that point, I suppose. And so they're able to do that. Anyway, it leaves you disappointed. So it led us all back to, I have to build my own little website. And so I'm looking at it to the good. I'm hoping that it'll be a place that I can blog a little more, literally written material, projects, insights, education, thoughts about the world and life like this one is. And if you've lasted this long in watching this video rant, it's not really a rant. I'm not a ranting kind of person. I hope that you will join me at some time in the near future. I'm premiering sometime in April at dramaqueenbeequilts.com over at the studio website, where there will at some point, and that may not be in the initial publishing, there may be a little sale page, working all of that stuff out with my web designer, and little videos perhaps. It'll be links to all my social media. It'll be links to video tutorials that are free. I want this whole section of YouTube channel videos to continue to be free to you. And again, sorry about the ads, but again, YouTube doesn't give you a choice anymore. It is their content if it's on their site, so they can put ads on it and you can't stop them anymore. It used to be you could block ads, but you can't. So everybody needs to make money, I suppose. It's fair enough, but they provide this great spot. But with their premium and their purchase of streaming and things like that, they're making money other places, and I wish that they would continue to leave that in the control of the content creators. But in the meantime, I hope that you will join me sometime getting ready for, I'll post in my social media when the premiere is going to be for my little website. There will be a contest for a free gift that I have made, and to people that sign up for my mailing list. And there will be only a one time a month only. Don't worry. One time a month, I will send out an email to that mailing list to tell you about what's new with me and with the site. If you would like to watch for that, I will be premiering very soon. In the meantime, I hope that you will have a beautiful spring, and I hope that you're going to make something today or over the weekend or this coming week. And I hope that you are well, safe, and happy. Please be kind to each other, and I wish you all of the very best. Thank you for joining me. It's Beth Maitland with Drama Queen Bee Quilt Studio. Thank you.